Radio, this is a 30-minute Google Meet with Lee, and we're just fixing a bottleneck in his business. So he installs steel beams. His only job to work for the builder is to go in and install the steel and do the knock-through extensions in the UK. Now, every single job he goes to, the clients are asking him to quote the full extension, and then he's palming it off to his builder, but he's got a problem. Now, to my best interest, to help him with the QS reports, because then I get paid and it's going to help him speed up his process to get tenders back to clients. But he's worried that if he pays me, he's not going to get the money back from the client to cover the QS report. So I said to him, mate, this is what we need to do. We're going to put together a free lead magnet. We jump through a 30-minute Google Meet here. Watch this video. This is literally reducing one bottleneck in his business, which I truly think when he sorts this and gets it organized, he's going to increase his win rate from 1 out of 10, probably to 3 out of 4, and kick off all the tire kickers. Anyway, let's jump into this Google Meet. Take a watch.
Hi, David. You all there?
Yeah, good, mate. Nice to meet you virtually.
And you, mate? And you?
No steel game today, eh?
Yeah. Put steel in there. A bit of a tricky one. I say it's a tricky one, but one I figured out how to do it. It didn't take long. So
Yeah.
we got in by 10 o'clock, which is good, and then packed the machine up on the road by 10:30, and I think I was home for about 11:30.
Fuck, that's good. And what's your charging model for that?
Basically,
Fixed price?
No, I don't do fixed rate. It depends on. Basically, I get them to send me the drawings and a video of the route in, and then I'll try and sort of assess how difficult it would be for them to do it themselves using genies and manpower, and then price it accordingly.
Yeah.
So if it's if it's a small beam and it's relatively straightforward access, I'll bring my price down a little bit. But if it's a really heavy beam and it's going to be a bastard to get in, then I'll just pump the price up a little bit. You know,
100%.
I know it sounds a little bit ruthless, but it's business.
No, that's what you got to do, man. You got to factor in all the bullshit, like 100%. Like, I mean, even if you have the easiest offer, if you're dealing with a client that is a type of person, you're like, I'm going to spend way more hours here. You've got to allocate to that time, full paid time.
Yeah.
Very quickly, just to show you what we do. So I used to have a building company, come from a building background, blah, blah, blah. Now I've been QSing full time. So this is essentially what we do. This is like an extension project here, loft conversion. So the way that we break it down is we do like a summary, trade summary, a prelims, which is obviously kind of all the stuff that's not building labor or building materials. So it's got all your scaffolding, temporary fencing, 8-yard skips, blah, blah, blah. Loft conversion, we break it down to the labor hours or the day rates. We work out days or hours, depending on how people want it done. This one was obviously like cavity brick wall or dormer walls. So there's a difference in there. So we try to go into like immense detail and provide hours. I find that's the stuff that's, really, really critical. So definitely as we branch into the UK, more detail has helped our business drastically. So, but just to give you a run, I know this is a little bit off topic. This is pricing, but my thing is I had a building company back in NZ, Baker's Builds. Shit, I got up to 125 Google reviews. I'll just show you now. And literally my process was like fine-tuned because I was just a marketing sales guy. I came from a building background. But that was essentially my business there. So like we did so well with that, and those 104 Google reviews still print a lot of leads today, Reason why I'm telling you that, my kind of like whole sales process from the moment a lead comes in to getting it sold is kind of like, I love that stuff. So when you were telling me about your bottleneck, I'm thinking, how can I help? How can I do something here with you,
Yep.
So who contracts you for the steel?
What contracts me?
Yeah, the builder or the homeowner?
So basically what I do, just to refresh you a little bit, I run a company called Steel Beam Lifter. It's a franchise. And basically what normally happens is that a builder has already got the job but doesn't fancy moving and lifting the steel beams in by using manpower, So they've
tagged it out.
So but I don't do the work as such, as in the knock through and the installing the beam. I've got a little machine called a hooker mini lifter, and it can literally pick the beam up off the back of the delivery wagon. I've got a motorised or hydraulic powered dolly that I drop the beam onto. I can spin the beam lengthways so I can get it down the side of a house, down a tight alleyway. My machine is only 1 metre wide, so I ask for 1100 mil access, get the beam round the back, beyond the acros, got to process that, lift it up, lift it in. That's what I do mostly now. But because I sort of have a Facebook ads running and Google presence, then what happens is people ring me up and they want somebody to do the whole job. They're not from supplying the beam, even doing the knock through, fitting the beams, installing the beam.
And sorry if I jump in a little bit here, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So when they call you up, would you say they're pretty like qualified, or are they like, what's the process there?
Out
of 10, roughly.
Yeah, they've had to go on and find me. They've had to go on Google basically and look for somebody to do the job. So yeah, they're pretty keen to go ahead. But the problem I have is that they've got a massive underestimation of how much it's going to cost. For example, we come back with some quotes and it's going to be like 10, 12 grand. And they say something like, I was expecting it to be about 3 grand. And that's the sort of,
Okay. So, okay, cool. So step me through the process again. So you
the leads to an extent, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a couple of things we could do there. On the front end, we could look at how do we create some sort of pre-qualification process. So what I've just done for a builder in London is he was going broad and wide net for every single job. And we were having a horrific time trying to close these all sorts of types of jobs. And I said to him, your letterbox drops are going fucking fantastic. Now what we need to do, we want to spend some money on marketing. So I said, let's narrow down in on roof maintenance only and window repair maintenance. And the reason for that is we wanted to go in and get some quick wins, but we wanted to target these like really, really wealthy areas within central London. And we could do that with the most uncompetitive keyword search on Facebook and SEO. Bid for those jobs, go in and win a £4,000 job, be in and out in 2 days, so cash flow's quick.
Yep.
Potentially upsell to roof full restorations, do 50 letterbox drops while we're in that area. And that letterbox drop was specifically, hey, we're in your area for the next 3 to 5 days. If you want us to come quote on anything, please let us know. Yep. And instead of bidding for £100,000 projects, we're now bidding for 4,000 to 8,000. But we can retarget with email marketing. We can do 1% referral fees to friends and family, et cetera, and we essentially can build his Google reviews and base that way. So when I look at what you're doing, I'm like, cool, easy. We just need to create some sort of like pre-qualification form, how we can get guys coming in, and you could literally get them to the point of they can put their estimated budget in, and straight away if they put 3 grand, you're not calling them.
Yeah.
And even if it takes 20 leads to get one to fucking know that they're going to spend between 8 and 14K. Perfect. You're like, okay, well, this guy's got half a brain. We'll give him a call,
Yep. Okay. Yep. Yeah. So go back to what I was saying. So what I started doing, people were ringing me up and saying, "Oh, do you do the full installation? We want you to supply the beam, do the knock through, all the prep work. Put the pad stones in, prepare the foundations, everything." And I was saying, "No, I don't do that." But then I'm thinking, I'm leaving a lot of money on the table here.
For sure.
So I started subcontracting the work out to the lads that I do know that are good. But yeah, like I said before, the bottleneck is if they're busy, and oftentimes they are because they're good lads, they're good builders, they've got good reputations. They just don't. They say, yeah, send me the plans, I'll get a quote to you. So I send them the plans, but then it takes some weeks to get the quote back to me, and by that time, I've lost the customer. So I need to turn it on quicker.
Okay. So what you ideally want to do is you're here, the builder's here. We obviously want to find a way where we could slot in here and help you with the pricing work and potentially get the signed contract, and we work in with your builder to know roughly what their cost is, so they know they're not undercutting themselves, but you're also working at a budget that works. So 2 things that'd be cool to do here is look at how we could potentially do a little bit of strategic maybe marketing to get people more pre-qualified, or we can that process for stage 1 and we just go straight to like a stage 2 and we go, cool, when these leads coming in, literally you could do this yourself. You could literally make a rough pricing guide or information pack on 3 to 4 different types of jobs that come in, dump it all into a PDF, give the rough price guide, go as immense detail as you can. The driving time, the material costs nowadays, show some receipts, fucking the cost of fuel, let people know that this is why it's £10,000.
Yeah.
That is like, hey, new inquiry comes in. Hey, awesome. We're just going to send you an info pack. Read this pack, and if that's within your budget or guidelines, please give us a call. You could always follow them up afterwards. But I think instead of this is just like automating the process of you having to explain the costs, you know? And what could also be fantastic as well is they could get like an automatic video sent, and it could just be you. Hey, thanks so much for filling out our form. We believe you want to do this or this. Listen, just before you give us a call, here's roughly what it costs. Here's the process. This is how we work. If you want to book this in and you want a detailed quote in 3 working days, it is £180, but this is what you're going to get. Hit the link below and we can do this for you. That's one option. You can still always just call them up and close that way, but it just depends how many potential opportunities you're getting on a monthly basis, you know?
Well, that's the thing, you see. I'm not actually advertising it because my wife actually runs a little digital marketing agency. She's good at SEO, Google Maps, all that sort of thing. She can optimize all that. We have actually got a website for this up and running, but we're not really pushing it because I need to iron out the sales process. Basically, I need to. This is so basically what I'm doing at the moment is just taking the inquiries that I'm getting without trying.
Without what? Sorry.
Without trying, people that are just ringing me up because they've seen my Steel Beam Lifter adverts. And the wife's been SEOing the website, the Steel Installation Services website, and that as you probably know, that takes a little bit of time to start working.
SEO takes a few months, yeah,
but that's starting to work now. So we're starting to get a couple of inquiries trickle in, but I'm not pushing it because I haven't got a efficient funnel. I don't want to spend money on marketing, you know. So I start spending X amount per day on marketing, and then I get the leads coming in. I pass the drawings to my builder mates, but then they let me down by taking too long to turn it around. So basically, then I'm wasting money. Obviously, you need to convert your lead. If you're spending money on marketing, you need to convert your leads, or a percentage.
Otherwise, it's stupid.
But problem. Ideally, what would be good for me is if I could get the lead, give the quote to somebody like yourself. You do the quote. Then I'll ring up my mate, Joe, for example, who's the builder. I say, Joe, I've got this job. It's been quoted at 15 grand. The customer's accepted it. Do you want it? I don't know if that would work, or because that was the question I was going to ask you. If I'm working with 2, 3, 4 different builders, how do you sort of know what their sort of day rate is? Travel? That's
the hardest thing, man. Like, unfortunately, you taking the cost and accepting the price, you potentially are taking the risk, but you don't have to accept it until you go. If they come back and go, hey, that's why I'm thinking we make a free information pack that they can download and read. And if they still contact you and they go, hey, yeah, we understand it's between this and this, can we get an official quote? Then you could bring your boys and be like, hey guys, these guys have got this. They know it's going to be between 12 and 15, 12 and 16. Can you do it? If so, I'll take £1,000 and you guys can have the job and I'll contract you in, you know? I think to remove that bottleneck straight away, I mean, I don't know how many leads you're getting, but a free info pack, a free lead magnet would be the best thing you could do right away.
Well, we're getting 1 or 2 a week coming in, without trying though. That's the thing. So what I'm thinking of doing is running some Facebook ads, but then I'm sure that as soon as I start running Facebook ads, the quality of the lead will go down. You get a lot of tire kickers.
Absolutely. But that's why don't run the Facebook ads direct to sell the job. Run the Facebook ads to say, hey, if you're thinking of doing this, here's a free info pack on roughly how much it costs. That's what I would do. Educate them before you ask for a sale. That's what I would do. So to give you an idea, I did a campaign in January in New Zealand and the UK, and we did free 31 days of business tips and tricks, right? So every day at 6 a.m. you'll get a new tip, whether it's basic pricing, branding, whatever it is. And we downloaded like 250 people. I just called it stop there. But we actually called every single one and we turned $800 ad spend into $12,000. just through selling services and setups and like helping guys with pricing and setting stuff up. So you could do the exact same thing, and you could probably sell those leads for, might only cost you £4 to £10 per one.
Yeah.
And 1 in 30 or even 1 in 40, Jesus, might buy a 15K product off you, you know?
Yeah, got you.
So that's what I reckon you need to do. You need to set up a workflow, get that sorted, get that all dressed up nice, run it on your Facebook. Easy.
Yeah. So let's take note. So run Facebook ads to a nice looking PDF sort of price guide.
Yeah.
What we offer. And then
they download the pack and then call them 24 hours. Yeah, 24 hours later. And literally just ask, hey, notice you downloaded that. What was the reason for downloading it?
Yeah.
And then they might say, oh, we're looking at doing this. Oh, okay, cool. Have you got plans yet? No. Oh, do you want help with those plans? We can assign a designer. Here's the fee. Oh, we've already got plans. We're just looking for a builder. Okay, have you had a price yet? No. We can get you one. Oh, sweet. How long does it take?
Yeah, this is everything I've got in place. I've got the fabricators in place. I've got the structural engineers in place, the architects.
You've got to win the business.
And we can just do the lot from A to B, or we can do as little of it as they want or as much of it as they want. We can just go in and get the beans if that's what they want.
Mate, it sounds like you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you see, like I say, that's where I'm stuck. Is the lads, good lads, but they're builders. They're not.
No, they're not estimators, man. That's all good. Yeah.
They finish work for the day and they'd rather go down the pub and have a few beers than sit and put a quote together for me. I think that's the basic problem.
Yeah.
That I'm having.
Yeah. Well, I think if you can try and educate a bit more, give people a price line and try and get a commitment fee of some sort, and then just ask for a fully refundable deposit and just tell them it's literally to cover your pricing time so they can get a detailed, accurate budget, and give them 2 points. Number one, it's fully refundable so they can get their money back. And number two, they can use that to cross-check against another builder if they don't decide to go with you. Then they've got a full list of data and they can use that as a sounding board.
Yeah.
So that's the 2 objection handling items that you could do.
But then, like I say, if they don't go with us, we've got to give them the money back. Then, like I say, it's still going to cost me a few £100 every time, isn't it?
Nah, I would say to them, it's a refundable deposit if you go ahead with us.
All right.
If not, it's just to cover the pricing time.
Right, yeah. Sorry, mate.
Yeah.
And then
but it's just that
would you put the price of that into the quote then, would you?
Fuck yeah. Yeah, we just have a line item pricing time for consulting, admin, upfront consulting time.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just making a few notes, mate, before we go.
No, you're right.
Yeah, okay. So my sort of next job then really is to put this PDF together, pricing guide PDF.
Yeah. Just put something nice and put it all together, put all your information down, put as much in there as you can, and it would just be a way of giving out free information. And then you could either make a video call out or a static ad graphic for Facebook.
Yeah.
Or just for the people that just inquire naturally, just send that to them and just be like, hey, this is what we do.
Yeah, got you. And then, yeah, all right. Well, I'll do that. I'll get on that, mate, as soon as I can. And then the first fucking job or two that come in, we'll work together on it and just see what happens, basically.
Easy, man. I'll send you a whole kind of note schedule off this anyway, just so you've got it for data. So no dramas.
Yeah, and if you got any examples of any of this stuff that you could send me, just have a look at. That'd be good. And
yeah, for sure. Cool. I'll send you an info pack now, mate. No worries.
Yeah, appreciate all that, mate. Yeah, it's been really really useful talking to you. Thank you very much.
No, happy days. I'll send you a recap email and we'll go from there.
Yeah, brilliant. All right, mate. Thanks a lot.
Man.
Have a good day.
Talk soon.
Ta-da. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.